I've got my pajamas on and I'm angry. I'm going to jump firmly on that bandwagon and talk about Bryson DeChambeau and slow play. So, I mean, I don't ever wear pajamas. Do you think you're old? Is it a sign of age, do you think, when you start wearing pajamas? Ask yourself this. If you were playing for this much money, how quickly would you play? How much time would you take over a putt? How much time would you take over a wedge? And this is why I'm now going to have my say on Bryson DeChambeau, slow play, and all the YouTube and Twitter experts. Let's talk about slow play. Roll the VT. Let's just take a quick look at the putt in question. We'll skip it. We'll speed it up. But check this out. Now, plenty of YouTubers have covered this because they've jumped on the slow play bandwagon, and am I doing the same? You decide. I'm going to go down a slightly different route because, listen, I'm a handicap golfer. 99.9% of you watching are going to be handicap golfers. You playing a 4-ball at the weekend? How long does it take? How long does it take you guys to play a hole, even if you're playing in 3 balls? Now put yourself in a position where you might have been doing well, where you're playing well below your handicap. There's a trophy up for grabs. You're going to get your name on the board. You're going to be invited to the trophy night at the end of the year. You're going to get reduced from 10 to 9. You're going to get reduced from 6 to 5. You're going to get reduced from 1 to scratch. You know, if you've been playing golf for a long time and grafting and trying hard, that is a big moment for you. Now, imagine you're 25 and you're playing for $15 million. FedEx points, FedEx winner. How much time would you take over a putt? And we're criticising Bryson DeChambeau for taking 2 minutes over a putt, and yeah, it's a long time. But my God, if I was playing on that tour and we're talking about $1 million for a win and tens of thousands of pounds per shot, don't forget, per shot. How much time would you take? I know I take my time. The other thing to think about, especially when you get to this level, and probably for everybody down the camera, this is another tip really, and we'll do a video on this, but especially for these boys, routine is everything. Like the be all and end all, routine. And they always go back to it. For Bryson DeChambeau, routine is massively key. He has changed the game. He has changed the way we think about golf clubs. He's changed the way we think about probably playing the game, certainly about tech, you know, the one length. So for me, he's kind of one of the biggest advocates of improving the game. I know he's put a tweet out tonight saying that he's been in meetings all week talking about slow playing, how to improve it. So he's firmly on board with regards to changing that aspect of the game. Another thing that doesn't matter, especially on tour, who's behind you and who's in front of you. Another YouTuber this week was talking about, you know, if I was waiting on the next tee, I would take my time. And the guy knows more about it than me because he spent a lot of time around these kind of competitions. But I'm fairly sure that the last thing on these guys' minds is, if I speed up, am I gonna have to wait on the next tee? Nah, it does not come into their thinking. Just like the group behind doesn't come into their thinking. It's about them, it's about their routine, and it's about what they're trying to achieve. You know, Bryson DeChambeau is a product of the environment. We all want to see the best golfers playing well, and we all want to see big money being paid to the best golfers in the world, but we're not willing to put up with the consequences of that kind of prize money. I don't like slow play. It's a bigger problem at the courses we all play at because we're not playing for anywhere near that. But I can understand it to a certain extent because we're all different standards of golfers, we're all different age of golfers, and it's a far easier task for the PGA of America and the R&A to tackle that. 40 to 45 seconds, I think the rule says, and they can absolutely apply that law. But where does the clock start? That's the question I've got for this rule book and this rule and the R&A and the PGA. Where does that clock start? Does it start when you get your ball? Because you never actually get to your ball until you address your ball, do you? So you don't actually get to the golf ball before you're actually stood at address. Is it when the caddy puts the bag down? Is it when the caddy gets to the ball? Is it when the player gets to the ball? Is it when the conversation begins? How do you police that law? That's the big question I've got for this 40-45 second. I've seen 45 seconds. I've looked at it. I think it's 40 seconds. Where does the clock start? That's a big question. But for me, there's such negativity towards this, and he has been attacked terribly on social media. 25-year-old kiddies have been attacked terribly on social media. He's been attacked terribly by the media, by the public, and actually, I don't blame him. I don't blame somebody when you're playing for that much money, taking your time. You have players on tour that are quick, Brooks Koepka. You have players on tour that are a little bit slower. And that's kind of the battle. That's kind of... that not only is it, am I a better golfer than you, but can you put up with my kind of pace of play? Can you put up with the way I play golf? If I was Bryson DeChambeau in the last group playing with Brooks Koepka, and if you were Bryson DeChambeau, or me, and I knew that Brooks Koepka kind of, you know, liked to keep a steady pace, I'd slow him down. I'd 100% slow him down. If you want to win a golf tournament that's 1.2 million, and second prize is £700,000, FedEx Cup points, Ryder Cup points, and the player you're playing with, or match play, next time you go and play in a club championship, or if you're playing in a handicap competition where it's a match play event or a team match down at your local club, we all do it, don't we? If I'm playing with a guy who's slow, I want to speed him up. If I'm playing with a guy who's speedy, I want to slow him down. Listen, it's a competition. It's Chelsea going to Liverpool in 2014 and stifling them and meaning they don't win the championship. It's competition at its finest. It's not just about how I hit the golf ball versus how you hit the golf ball. It's, can you put up with the way I play the game? And you know, he's won $3.5 million so far this year, and he's playing for FedEx Cup points, and that's 15 million quid. But I do think the R&A and the PGA need to do something about this, because it's a problem and it's spreading, I think, to the amateur game. Let me know what you think. I've had my say. I wanted to have my say about Bryson DeChambeau. It annoys me. The personal attacks. It's like these things you see on YouTube and Twitter where you got guys fighting on the golf course. It's sneaking into the game. These kind of anything goes, and you know, golf was created as a I know it's a gentleman's game or a ladies' game, whatever you want to say, but it's about etiquette, it's about honesty, it's about integrity, and those personal attacks cover neither or any of those three, and it's creeping more and more into the game. Let me know what you think. I've had my say, and yeah, it annoys me. Lots more vlogs coming soon. If you haven't yet, subscribe, share, bell, comment. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Speak to you soon.